Hey guys, so for this video I'll be showing my very small collection that I have from BoA, which if you haven't heard of BoA at all, like what are you doing with your life? She is the queen of K-pop. She has been in the game for over 17 years now. She conquered Korea, she conquered Japan. She is an icon and she's one of my all-time favorite people in K-pop. And yeah, so it's kind of disappointing that I don't have that many stuff for her, but hopefully I'll start getting more of her older things because she doesn't release that much music anymore. But I'll just show what I have and I guess do kind of like unboxing as well because I don't have a lot of things. So I'll talk throughout the video as well, just commenting on some things. So the first thing that I have from her is her Atlantis Princess album. And this is a jewel case. Back then there weren't many like unique packaging in K-pop, but this is what the photo book looks like. I guess so. Okay. But Atlantis Princess is such a good song, and maybe if you see special stages or sometimes where they do like tributes to artists, a lot of K-pop artists cover this song on music festivals, things like that. So this is a very classic K-pop sounding album from BoA, and I just really want to get her things, and she has a lot of albums out, so it's just a shame that I have very few things. So now moving on to more recent type of things, or recent releases. BoA's Copy and Paste. This was released in 2010 for her 10th year anniversary. This is a repackage of her album Hurricane Venus. This, I don't know, I might even get the Hurricane Venus album, but at the time I was just, you don't have a lot of money if you're a K-pop fan, so I just decided to just get the repackage because of the extra songs, and Copy and Paste is really catchy, and this concept is very laid back. I really like it. I like BoA with her blonde hair. And Hurricane Venus is such a great song. This is actually a really good album. This, I would say this is when, around this time, K-pop, that K-pop sound started to change. Like, this was a really electronic comeback for her with Hurricane Venus, Game, and this did really well. And I really remember this year, 2010, because like legendary people were coming back, like Rain, Ihyori, and then BoA. Seven, I think, also had a comeback. So yeah, I recommend listening to this. It's a really good album. The packaging is not the best. I think that it has better packaging for the Hurricane Venus, but Copy and Paste is such a good song, so I really recommend getting it. And then I have BoA's album Only One, the special edition, and this is actually just huge, so that's why I have like the camera zoomed out a bit. But if you compare it to a jewel case, this is how big it is. It's just really big. I think this is one of the biggest albums that I have. Also, I just saw a picture when they announced that they were doing a special edition, and I saw the picture of BoA holding it. I knew I had to get it. Like, she's so tiny, and like this covered like almost all her chest. So here's what the back looks like, and I'll show you guys what it looks like inside. It has really pretty pictures. This album is really good as well. Only One did well on the charts. The Shadow is a really good song too. It's like every song. But I would say I didn't listen to this one as much as I did Copy and Paste. But the choreography for Only One is so good. I love the aesthetic of this whole album and the concept that she went for. My only complaint here with this is that it just doesn't have a lot of songs. I think I look at the track list. It only has like 8 or 9 songs, so it just upset me. There's her tattoo. Sorry for the glare, but I really recommend getting this. I don't know if it's out of print or if it's difficult to get, but if you like Boa, I recommend getting this. Okay, and I think here's the track list. So yeah, I was right. This only has it only has 7 songs. So it's technically like a mini album in my opinion. I don't know why SM classified it as a full-length album. But let's see, it has Only One, The Shadow, Hope, Not Over You, The Top, Mayday, Mayday, and One Dream. And then 2 instrumentals for Only One and The Shadow, which were singles off this release. So that just pisses me off. I remember being really pissed off when SM just decided to make this kind of like name it as a full-length album, but it was just really a mini album. And here's with the disc goes. I don't have it in here anymore because I try not to open this that much. Because just to take out the disc and go through all of this, it's just a bit of a hassle, but it's a really nice thing to have, because obviously it's Boa and I love her so much. Okay, so next thing that I have is her, I think this is her 8th studio album, Kiss My Lips. I would say this is definitely her most memorable release out of the last full-length albums, like Copy and Paste, Only One. This is, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is entirely like written and produced by Boa, with the help of obviously other writers in SM. But from what I read in an interview, like she talked to SM. She said she wanted to make an album just entirely her in full control of the whole thing, and like she was really stressed out, so when this was finally out she was really happy. But this is by far one of her best releases in my opinion. I think everyone should listen to it, and it's very it has that Kylie Minogue feel if you're familiar with her. It's just really dance pop music, and Kiss My Lips has a really cool music video, and it was the first time Boa wore a skirt on stage or something like that. So it was just a really great release from Boa. I think it was really underrated. But the photo book is really nice. Yeah, the photos here are really good. But if there's anything I would recommend listening to Boa, is from her newer stuff, definitely this album, Kiss My Lips. And, it feels like, I guess, very genuine since it is produced and mostly written by her. So I like that she made that decision. Okay, the back, and this has 12 tracks, so this is a full-length album, SM, not a 7-track album. And then the last thing that I have is her kind of like their comeback in Japan, because she hasn't released any albums for I think since like 2009 or 2010, and like that's a long time. But this one's filled with like singles, like if by far I think this is the most hit-packed album from BoA. Because if you look at the track list, like, she has almost a music video for all of these. Shout It Out, Only One, Message, Woo Weekend, which is like a Disney song. Milestone has a music video. I think I See Me also has a music video. Masayume Chasing also has a music video. The Shadow has a music video in Korea. Tale of Hope has a music video. So it's just like packed with songs that she got like to promote. So that's nice. This wasn't extremely successful, but you can't really like, she just takes long breaks, and I completely understand because BoA has been in the game for like such a long time. So again, you get a track list on the disc, and there's nothing on the back. I put the OB strip inside, you know, and then here's the photo book for this album. Lyrics, but this is a really good album in my opinion. That's such a nice picture. But yeah, it's just a jewel case, so there really isn't much. There's just a couple of photos from BoA. And here we got the back. So I know she's not as big anymore because obviously she doesn't promote that much because she's just loaded with money now. She has like stocks in SM, and she worked practically her whole childhood, so you know, she's basically releasing music just for the fans and because she feels like it. Because she doesn't have to release music anymore because she has so much money. BoA has sold like almost 10 million records on her own, and that was just her like as a child. So these albums are like gifts to fans, and because she wants to just continue her legacy. But I don't know if I hope that she gets to continue doing that because she's still so young. Like, she debuted when she was like, I think 13 or 12 or something like that. Like really, really young, like 14 or something. Still very young. But I would say things that I want from her. Obviously, an album this year from SM. I wouldn't mind if it's just like a mini album. Because if they invested that much for the Camo music video, I think there's like some stuff that they'll release later on this year. Hopefully, I hope that they don't like just forget about releasing something from like a physical release from BoA. And as for things that I want to get from her, basically just all her full-length albums and some of the mini albums that she released both in Japan and in Korea. Obviously, it's a lot, but I really, really want to dive into collecting her because there's like 3 solo acts that I really, really love in K-pop, which are BoA, Ihyori, and IU. Like, those are like the solo artists that I love the most. Well, female artists that I love the most that are solos that are not part of a group. Obviously, I love like Taeyeon and groups, solos from groups, but just solo acts on her own because I really discount Ihyori with like being part of Finkel because she's like known more for being just a solo act. And I would even count Ailey in there, but such a really good discography from BoA, and I want to dive into collecting her. Other than that, if you have any other questions, just comment down below. But I highly recommend listening to her stuff. I think a majority of the K-pop fans, like newer K-pop fans, are like just found out about her through Produce 101, but you know, she is not just like a host. She is the queen of K-pop, and she is the reason why all these K-pop groups were able to promote in Japan, and then K-pop just expanding as a global phenomenon with the help of BoA. Donbanshinki, Big Bang, etc. Like, she has made such a huge impact. Even though she may not be getting the most views right now or have the highest album sales, if you go back, like, Boa sold millions of records before K-pop became like a global thing. Like, she is the best-selling artist of Korea, and if that's not enough to like prove that she is the queen of K-pop, I don't know what is. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Also, if you're curious about any other artists that I collect, you can browse to my channel. It says it on the title. I collect both girl groups, boy groups, some solo artists. So obviously I had to make a video for Boa because she is one of my faves. And hopefully when I make another collection video for Boa, I have more things, but I always get distracted with like new releases and forget to go back to, buy some of her older stuff. Okay. Bye guys.